Hi, I'm Austin Harris, and this is my 10th Creativity Journal log. This past Tuesday, we talked about humor and creativity and the direct relationship that those two have. Um, Pretty important stuff and pretty interesting as well. Most people would not think that humor and creativity are extremely important things to keep in mind and that actually have a direct relationship with each other. Um, so one of my favorite quotes, I like to start with quotes because I think they're interesting. One of my favorite quotes that we talked about this week is that you'll always miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So what this says to me is just like you have to be willing to fail in order to be successful. And I think that's something that a lot of people are not comfortable with, is because they want to be successful at everything they do. And sometimes you have to learn how to do something wrong. You have to fail in order to know, okay, well, this is what failure is like. Let me experience success. So today we talked about, or today I'm talking about humor and creativity. I'm just going to talk about some of the things we talked about in lecture because I have a bunch of notes and whatnot. Um, Laughter releases endorphins that are actually healthy for you. We find that humor is a essential part of being successful um, in a job, workplace, in your life. Um, and it's just something that really helps you be more creative. It helps you, be a better imagination. Do all these different things that we all want to do. We talked about the tequila video that we watched in the class, which is kind of a funny video that was put on. I think it was kind of put on for more than one reason, but I think the tequila video was on there for humor, first off. And second of all, I think the tequila video was also put on there to show the ridiculousness of some advertisements and certain products and the use and promises of happiness that are promised alongside the advertisements. Um, as far as humor and creativity go, both involve playing with ideas and changing our mental perspectives in order to fulfill a particular image you're trying to portray. Play jumpstarts our brains. So, as we are humorous, as we enjoy ourselves, it gets us ready to actually do work. Um, Humor fosters risk taking in a workplace. I think that's important because we have to be light. You can't be tight and uptight and in a bad mood, because I feel like that your attitude and everything will correlate completely with your relationship with your coworkers and even your success and what your goal for the day is. Study of markets with kids who watched the clip remembered 20% of what people actually hear, but it's one of those things where a percentage is increased when it's something that per kind of pertains to of interest, and everybody likes to laugh and everybody likes to enjoy themselves. So if you can give information on an advertisement, for example, of a product, and you can portray it in a funny way, people will remember the commercial and therefore remember the product that you're trying to advertise, that they may not have if you just tried to portray it in a very serious manner. Um, a question that Professor Venegas asked us in class, I think is pretty important, is what would this class be like if it was a regular class? And I think what his point is for this is, uh, you know, we, a lot of the people in the class have really not been taking the stuff seriously and have not been reading the extra material and watching the videos and the supplemental material or even going to class for that matter. And, Professor Venegas said that for a reason because, if this class wasn't the way it is, and like Professor said in class, he just asked random people in the front what four characteristics of some definition were, and neither one of the people up front knew it, and I can't say that I would have either. This class covers so much material that is essential to being successful in life that it would be really hard and almost ruin it if you were to put a twist on it as it was like a test, answering questions kind of a thing. And to kind of go on a tangent of my own personal feelings and in relation to what we talked about, I think that a lot of the things I learned in college are really interesting and helpful and that I'll carry with me. But when we turn it into a test taking, regurgitation of information class, it actually makes it so that I don't learn enough, as much as I would have if it was kind of based like this class. I learn the information just so I can regurgitate it on a test. After I take the test, it's gone. The way this class is set up, I feel like I'll remember it 10 times more because I'm using it. And studies show that if you use physically, like demonstrate and do in group projects, etc., you will be more successful. You will remember it. You'll retain this information much more than you would if you were just reading something to turn around and answer questions on it. But I think that this class would be ridiculously, insanely hard if it was a regular class based on tests and stuff. But I also feel like this class isn't designed to be an easy course because communication is so key, and I feel like so many people are just not equipped with that tool these days, and that makes it pretty hard to meet with a group. It requires selflessness and common goal and everything along those lines, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes have problems with that. So one of the exercises that we did in class was share a funny joke with everyone around, or three people around you, and he even had people, Professor Venegas had people come up to the front of the class and share their jokes or whatever. Some of them really weren't that funny. I think the core kid that got up there and told the joke about uh, the sheep. He said, "Where's a sheep's favorite place to go get their hair done?" And it was the barber shop. And I thought that was funny. I like stupid jokes, so I was entertained. But I think the point is that humor lubricates creativity, and that's something we have to always remember. Is yeah, we need to be serious. Yeah, we need to get the job done, and everything along those lines. But don't forget to be a real person and have humor. I mean, it shows. Statistics show that people that have a good sense of humor, that are in a happy mood, that want to be working with the people they're working with, are statistically going to be more, they will reach the goal or success or whatever they're trying to grasp much more quickly and much more successfully than the people who were in a bad mood, who didn't want to work with the people they were working with, who were too serious, who couldn't take a joke, who couldn't lighten up. And I think that's pretty important. But if not for that reason, for this one that I'm about to say that touched me personally and makes it so that I know I will always, 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 always be the person that lightens the mood in my workplace. According to the National Institute of Health and the lecture that Professor Venegas gave us, it says 52% of American executives will die of stress-related illnesses. That is crazy. That is a crazy statistic from a notable source. I know personally, putting this aside, that I want to live my life being happy, enjoying myself, enjoying everything that I do, because life's too short to be too serious, be unhappy, work with people you don't want to work with. I mean, it's one of those things where if I can be that, that light, that happiness, and be a changer of the workplace and make things better, if no one else is willing to do that, I surely will, because I feel that that's pretty important. And I think that this right here, this information we covered, will definitely help me in my workplace and lightening the mood and applying humor to my life and never forgetting to make somebody smile and ultimately live life to the fullest.